This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is brought to you by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup, register, and attend one of our fantastic networking meetings, which we meet on the first and third Thursday at the Brick House in Ridley Park, and the second and fourth Thursday at the Upper Crust in Newtown Square. We look forward to seeing you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today, I'm joined by Marissa McConnell and Richona McKnight of City Team. Ladies, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I'm curious, for those that don't know, what is City Team?
Yeah, so we are a Christian nonprofit located in Chester, Pennsylvania. We meet immediate needs, and we also have some longer-term residential programs where we try to connect folks who might be struggling with food insecurity and housing insecurity, amongst other things, with lasting solutions.
There's a lot there. Yeah. How did City Team get started?
Yeah, so it actually began as the San Jose Rescue Mission on the West Coast. And in 1988, they came to Chester, realized that a lot of the issues that we were facing in the community were similar to what they were addressing on the West Coast. And so they opened up City Team Chester. We began as just a soup kitchen, helping folks with meals each night. And as we created connections in the community, we decided to branch out and be able to offer some other services.
Yeah. So it's really, in a way, threefold. Obviously, you need funds to continue working. You need volunteers that can help run all the programs and be there to make sure things go off really well. And also, there are people that you're going to serve in the community. What can people expect when they come to City Team?
So that's a great question. When you come to City Team, no matter what state you're at in your life, no matter what situation you're going through, no matter what you need, we give it to you for free. So that's the point of City Team. The mission of City Team is just to place things in people's hands that they need so we can help better their lives. And as Richona said, meet those immediate needs. And hopefully it will lead to those lasting solutions. So for instance, if you need a meal, we serve dinner at City Team every day at 5 p.m. If you need clothing, we have clothing for all ages, from newborn all the way up to adult men, everything in between. We give that out. We provide case management for those who are in our programs for recovery. We have fresh produce that we offer. If you need some diapers, wipes, formula, we got you there. So we really just want to be able to provide whatever the community may need and bless them with that. So whatever issue you may be facing when you come to City Team, we aim to help you and leave you better than when you walk through the door.
How do fellow Delconians provide some of these needed services, or some of the funds, or some of the items that you have available to offer?
So we certainly try to make that as easy as possible because it is so important to the work that we're able to do. So for the most part, if someone wants to make a gift to City Team, whether that be a financial gift, a gift of clothing, a gift of toiletry items, food, anything, really, it can come to our building almost any day of the week. The best times are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. But we really do try to be flexible because we know everyone in Delco wants to lift up their neighbors. They just don't necessarily know how. And then, of course, you can always reach us by giving us a phone call and scheduling a tour if you want to see exactly what's going on in our building and how our programs function, or if you're interested in signing up for one of our volunteer opportunities.
All the services that you provide, are there some resource partners that help bring those in the community in need to your service at City Team?
Definitely. So for our programs, we have a lot of relationships in the community as far as local rehabilitation centers, also just businesses churches, oftentimes everyone knows someone who's struggling, right? They need a little bit of support. They don't know if they would qualify for this program or that program. There's not a person who's going to walk into our building at City Team and be told that they can't get what they need. So that's what we really feel encouraged by. And so all of those kind of community partners will send people to City Team, whether they're looking to volunteer or looking for support. And then we also are so thankful for our relationship with Phil Abundance. They are a huge partner with our food. So they will bring food to us, which we can distribute into the community. And we kind of take pride in being a place that folks are comfortable coming into our building, even in, a state of crisis.
What you do in the community with City Team, you're an inspiration. Who inspires or motivates the both of you?
That's a wonderful question. That's beautiful. As a Christian nonprofit, obviously what we do is to be the hands and feet of Jesus to the community. So obviously we're inspired by the love that he showed people. But as far as a current person in my life that inspires me, I would say a lot of the people at Valley Point Church inspire me to give to others, to serve. And then even some current people that we have here at City Team that come in and volunteer and have volunteered for years, their time, and have spent more time at City Team than I have as a full-time employee. Those volunteers really inspire me. And especially some of our senior volunteers, what they've done with their retirement in just committing all of their time to many different volunteer projects. Those people definitely inspire me and make me want to use my retirement just to give to the community, to bless others, and to continue serving. So, yeah.
How about for you, Richona?
Yeah, I mean, if I could be completely personal, I'm inspired by my mom. She was a young mom in Chester, Pennsylvania, born and raised. She had kids and was trying to make everything work. And I think about her and just how hard it was for her to make sure that we were okay and, we had what we needed. And she didn't have an organization like City Team to be able to help her when, the funds were tight. And so seeing how she has just grown and has an amazing career now and is doing so well and still feels really called to help someone and lift someone else up, I would say that's kind of what got me interested in even working for an organization like City Team.
Mm.
You said 1988, and you've talked about how the program, how the missions changed and has expanded over the years. I would think that in a way, you're the pulse, or you can take a pulse of, let's say, the community and the needs of the community. Are you seeing about the same amount of people coming to you for things that they need? Is it increasing? Is it lowering? Kind of what, so people can get a sense of really what's going on in their neighborhood and how, our neighbors may be more in need now than they have ever been.
Oh, yeah. Boy, how that's changed. So prior to 2020, we were, serving lots of families, lots of individuals. Since 2020, in the height of the pandemic, we started serving triple of what we were serving prior to 2020. Now it's come down a little bit more, but we're still serving about 2 times the amount of people that we were prior to the pandemic. What we've noticed in just our conversations and the families that we're seeing come in is that there's so many more families who, have 2-income households who were not ever thinking that they were going to be in a position where they couldn't afford the things that they needed. And now with the price of gas being higher, with, groceries being higher, with fluctuations in just the economy and the stock market, it has gotten so much tighter for families that previously had not needed the help and were on the other end and actually able to give the help. So that has been really interesting to see. And it's just unfortunate because, everyone is just trying to survive and trying to take care of their families. And when you're focused on how are we going to eat and how are we going to keep the lights on, it doesn't put you in a place where you're able to think about what can I do next, for my future and for my kids' future. You're just trying to survive each day.
Wow. And what comes to mind there from all that you talked about is we just never know what we have going on in our lives. Mm-hmm. And I think there's an amount of grace that we can extend to each other, and understanding that little bit of help, whatever you can provide, maybe it's just a smile. Maybe it's just waving somebody in at a light who got into the wrong lane mistakenly because there's a lot of stuff going on in their head, or they just got a bad phone call. Let's just help each other. Let's just give each other that moment of, wow, somebody just let me breathe there for a second, rather than creating more anxiety, because that's a lot of what I'm sure that you come across: stress, anxiety, worry, all those things. Because if you're not really thinking about the planning of the future and just what you can provide today, that's a blessing in itself. But there's more too that we go on in life with what we experience.
Without a doubt. And, even though City Team is founded on our Christian belief, what that really means to us is that we want to show love, and we want to show care, and we want to show kindness. And so there's not one person who will not benefit from that. There's not one person who doesn't want to feel that. And for so many of us day to day, you might not feel it. You might just be stressed and weighed down. And so you don't take the time to say, like, okay, what have I been blessed with? Or what are the joys that I've been granted today? And so I would say, above all, that's what we try to make sure every person who walks into our building gets to feel. Even though we're able to send them home with the clothes they need or the food they need, I think more importantly, we're able to send them home knowing that they're cared about and they're valued, and that everyone in Delco is trying to support them. We're all here for each other. We care about what our neighbors are going through, even if they're not telling us openly, what they're facing.
That's tremendous. How do people find you? How do they connect with you for the services or to provide help in any way?
So the primary way would be through cityteam.org. City Team's website shows all the volunteer opportunities we have. It shows our upcoming events, because we not only provide weekly food to the public through food pantries and fresh produce, weekly clothing, and then daily meals. We also have seasonal opportunities that our volunteers can sign up for. We have our backpack event coming up on August 18th, where we're partnering with the Philadelphia Union to provide backpacks stuffed full of school supplies for any child that may need it. So that event, we need lots of volunteers for, and you can find that on our website under the City of Chester. So make sure you click on Chester so that you can see the events specific to our location. And we also have a really fun sponsorship event coming up in October called our Bluegrass and Barbecue event. And we have some great music. We have some great food. People can come hang out and just learn more about City Team. That specifically funds our men's programs. And they can sponsor City Team and learn just more about what we do and who we are. And so cityteam.org is definitely where you can connect with us. We're also on Facebook, City Team Chester, and we post a lot of our events and volunteer needs and physical needs there, such as if we're lacking for toiletries or socks or feminine products, whatever it may be for our residents. And it's a really big blessing and really big help if you follow us so that you can see what's going on, and also just always check out our website for those volunteer opportunities and come hang out with us and see what we do. Get your hands right in the ministry and needs of the community.
Okay, so you're out and about in the community and you have a cheesesteak craving. Where are you going for your cheesesteak?
So I hate to say this, but I don't eat meat. But my family is all about filling gems. All about filling gems.
Okay. How about for you, Marissa?
If I'm doing a cheesesteak, Oh my word, it's kind of slipping my mind. I do love Charlie's. And then it's a place on Philadelphia Pike in Claymont. The cheese, is it called the Claymont cheesesteak? But it's really good. Like their
Steak
cheesesteak.
Shop.
That's
What
in
was that?
Delaware.
Claymont Steak Shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Claymont Steak Shop. Sorry, that is in Delaware, but it's still really close to
Yeah,
Delco.
I mean, they want to be Delco, but can't. So
Yeah, I was going to say, Marissa, you just lost points.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
no, it's all good. They've been mentioned before, and Jim Pappas from Cheesesteak Adventure would certainly give them his seal of approval too. What about a pizza option? Would this work for you, Richona?
Definitely. I mean, honestly, there's not a pizza I don't love. It depends on specifically what I'm looking for. I don't know. I mean, oh gosh, now I'm forgetting the name. So I do love Pat's. That's easy. That's good pizza every single time. But sometimes I go into Chester and I get Just Pizza, which is delicious as well. Extremely cheesy, so you can't do it too often, but it's so good.
Awesome. I love cheesy as well. How about for you, Marissa?
I'm a Grotto's girl, and I would choose wings over pizza. I mean, I love pizza, but that's just how much I love wings.
That's not an option here on the question.
But I love their pizza very much. Grotto's is a classic.
Super. You're out and about again, and you have a convenience store need. Where are you stopping? Royal Farms or Wawa?
Wawa. Is that serious?
Asking the questions.
Wawa.
So I grew up in PA, and I grew up with Sheets. But now that I have gotten so familiar with Wawa, it's definitely got to be Wawa for me as well.
I wasn't sure again where you were going with that, Marissa. I mean, some sort of outlier there. I'm not sure. What's a Sheets? What is that? What do they do?
Oh, Sheets is very similar to Wawa. It's
Not possible.
I mean, I'm probably offending so many people right now.
Yeah. How do you describe Delco to somebody who's never been here or somebody who's never heard of Delco before?
I love that question because I have a lot of family in Illinois, and explaining this subculture is somewhat difficult. But the subculture of Delco is so fun. There's so much Delco pride there, especially in the food and in the accent. There's definitely an accent. I don't have it. I don't say water. I say water. But it's fun. It's a fun cultural experience. And I guess how I would describe it is it's almost like a mixture of city and country in Delco, because you have the Philadelphia influences right there, but then you also have these you have the like farmers market influences, I feel like. So I think it's a really fun mixture of the two. That's how I would describe it.
I would describe it as home. Like no matter where you're from, it feels like home because it's, you're going to be walking next to someone and have a conversation and they're going to tell you, oh my goodness, this is my neighbor, or this is, it's like small town feel. You can get good food, you can have a good conversation. People are going to be looking out for your kids when they're playing in the streets and things. Like it's just home for me. That's how I think of it.
You have friends or family coming in from out of town and you want to give them or take them to have that Delco experience. Where are you taking them or where are you sending them?
Oh, I got this one on lock. For me, it's definitely Booth's Corner Farmers Market. Right in, I guess that would be, it's like kind of Glen Mills, Garnet Valley, right there. Booth's Corner Farmers Market for sure, because I feel like once again, that's kind of like, well, it's such a cultural experience to be able to walk through and see puppies, a barber shop, like a diner, and like wine and a Pokemon card store, like all in the same. It's just crazy and fun. And my family and I go there almost every weekend. I take my family there when they come in from out of time. I'm like, we got to go to Booth's Corner. Like, we got to go there.
I was going to say Booth's Corner too, but since you said it, I guess I'll say Lynn Villa. I feel like Lynn Villa has something for everyone. It's beautiful, good for all ages. Yeah, so I guess I'd choose Lynn Villa.
Is there anything we haven't spoken about on the podcast today? Anything you want the listeners to know more about City Team or the both of you?
I think I would say for City Team, it's just a wonderful place to, I think, unite so many different beliefs and so many different ends of the spectrum, no matter where you're at spiritually, no matter where you're at politically. I think everybody wants to see the hungry get fed. I think everybody wants to see the homeless get housed. I think, everybody wants to see people get free diapers, wipes, and formula if that's a need for them. So I really think it's such a blessing to be able to have something that can unify so many people and still provide so much help to the community. So no matter who you are, I think you can get behind City Team and what we do and what we stand for, which is just showing love to our neighborhood, showing love to our community, blessing anybody that comes in. And for anybody that's listening, I guess I would say consider volunteering with us, consider coming in for a tour, and consider sponsoring us. I would like to give a quick little story of a donor who obviously will remain nameless for their privacy. But I think it's so beautiful that this specific donor seemed to give whatever was remaining at the end of each paycheck. So it's very random, sporadic amounts, maybe $23 here, $10 here, $17 here, $15 here. But they have done that since the conception of City Team in Chester. So it's been over the course of about 35 years. And with that, those small amounts, just at the end of each paycheck, they've happened to give $35,000 over the course of those 35 years, which is just so beautiful and inspirational. And I think we all can agree that, giving is really one of the best feelings in the world. And knowing that you're contributing to these families that need it, these families that can benefit from it, is so beautiful. So please just consider partnering with us, consider donating to us. We just love our neighbors. Come love our neighbors.
I think you said it all, Marissa. I don't think I have much to add from that. Aside from that, at City Team, we really do want for everyone in this community to feel like they have a place. So if there's any connections that, someone may have that maybe City Team already hasn't used or created with, whether it's mental health, whether it's kitchens that might have extra food left over, just kind of anything. If you have an idea for us, we're always open to hear it.
It really comes down to the little things.
Yeah.
A little bit of kindness, a little bit of love, a little bit of sharing, those little dollars and cents that come out of your check at the end of the month. It's those little things that can make a difference to somebody that becomes a big thing to them.
Mm-hmm.
We are grateful for your time today. We're grateful that you're a friend of What's Happening Delco, and we can't wait to be a part of or share in and help City Team continue to spread the joy, spread the love, spread the message, spread the help. And two people here that are really that you fully consume that message and share it with the world. So thank you so much for your time today. And we look forward to speaking to you again.
Thank you for having us, Rich. And thank you for highlighting Delco.
Yes.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. This has been so fun. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years, working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.